What's going on, people? It's your man the YB back once again. Big shout out to my doggy Martin Skirsis for coming through and boosting up the coin. You best believe it. So we got some breaking news right now, about 70 hours late for you, man. You best believe it. Khabib Nurmagomedov got muggled off and got kicked off a moody an airplane flight, for unknown reasons, allegedly. Yeah, watch this interaction here. And there's a few shills we're going to get to. This cat here, where is he? Chael Sonnen. Oh, well, you have to say yes. If you don't say the special secret code, then they'll throw you off the plane and you have to... I've never heard of something so ridiculous, to be honest. Oh, yeah, but the thing is, Khabib said he's happy to help, but he didn't say yes. What are we living in? Cyborg land. We have to enter the exact code. If someone says I'm happy to help, that is the same as yes. How ridiculous, man. Anyway, let's do the video first. Here's Khabib. Here we go. Ain't no one seen before.
I know the language. I know the
It's not about the language.
I know how to help you. And now you guys, because this woman don't.
It's a bit quiet, isn't it? Let me see if I can get it louder for you, man. Let's amp it up. Yeah, let's get some of Conor Benn's moody eggs on the volume situation. Juice it up. Oh, that was too loud. Still.
It's not about
Oh, that's blowing out the speakers and that.
I know
Alright, it's peak for you, man. I can't even amp it up.
how to help you. And now you guys, because this woman don't understand what she's talking about. I know the language. I know the
It's not about the
I
language.
know how to help you. And now you guys, because this woman don't understand what she's talking about.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're either gonna have you switch your seat because my flight attendants are not allowing you to sit in the exit row, or you're gonna have to get off this plane and then we'll have to leave it because they're not comfortable with sitting in the exit row. My flight attendants. And unfortunately, it is fair.
It's not fair.
Yes, it is. Because if
You guys, when I was making check-in, they asked me, do I know English? Yes, I said.
and they said yes, and I understand that, but it's also off of their judgment. I'm not gonna do this back and forth. I will call a supervisor. You can either take a different seat, or we can go ahead and escort you off the plane. Which one are we doing? Okay, I'll call a supervisor, and then we're gonna have to rebook you for a different flight.
I love it when these Karens, yeah. These people are estrogenic times. Oh, I'm watching this TV show called Primeval, yeah. And I'm calling the supervisor. I say, listen, I will slap your supervisor right in his face. Don't bother calling him. He can't help me. He can't help you, man. What's wrong in this day and age? It's like, oh, yeah. I think I told you a little while ago. I told someone we had a moody neighbour. What was it? There was a moody neighbour, busybody. What was it about? Obviously it was windy outside. Yeah, the bin had blew over. We didn't know it blew over, and she came strutting down, knocked the door, and said, "You need to get your litter off there, because it's blowing in my area." I said, "Yeah, I'll do it in a minute." She's like, "No, you need to do it now." I was like, "What the fuck are you talking to, man?" Do you know what I'm saying? There is an element of that. Yeah? People don't know how close. Right? I'd have bash and dragged her in here and she'd have wound up missing somewhere. They'd have found her ass in Bournemouth. You best believe it, right? That's how it should have gone down. Don't knock my door for nothing. Don't knock my door like that. Tell me what needs to be done. If my bin's blew over and it's pissing you off, you pick it up. How about that? In the meantime, until I get my ass out there, like I'm just sitting here waiting to run out there and do whoop-de-whoop, right? If someone else's bin blew over and it was pissing me off, that I can give a to be fair, but if it was pissing me off that much, I'd pick it up myself, right? That's what you do. I wouldn't knock no one's door like I'm some gangster. You know what I'm saying? It's this gangster mentality. Oh, I'll call my supervisor then. I'll trump you. No, it could all kick off right here for you. That's what could happen. That's what needs to happen. Yeah? And the reason I talk about the Wild West situation is, obviously, we're not there, but it used to just go down quick, man. People were getting erased real quick, rubbed out. You got to be on point. And I'm not saying it's wrong to do it that way, but there needs to be more of a balance towards that. Respect. Yeah? Because if she didn't have these authorities and us protecting her ass, she'd have come correct. That's what she'd have done. But they got, oh, I'm a manager, I run this thing, and oh, I got this. People don't act right when they think they've got authority slash, do you know what I mean, protection to some level. And it gives them an attitude as well. If you walk around the world expecting to get clipped upside your head, you have a respect for other people. You think, you contemplate, is it worth me certain things are worth kicking off. Certain things you think, yeah, it's time to get to the ear clipping part of things, right? But most scenarios, you think, you de-escalate. You think, is it worth really going there? But these kind of Karen type cats, because they've been emboldened to think they can just move reckless. That was it. I need to show you, man, a video now whilst we're on a topic. I'm digressing. Where did I see it? I'm going to have to think where I found it now. It was basically a woman, a big bird, and she went to McDonald's or something like that. It wasn't McDonald's. It was more like a Wendy's. Let's have a look. Big bulbous woman kicks off fast food. I want to find it. It was mad. Oh, man. I'll never find it again now, will I? That's bare annoying. Anyway, take my word for it. Essentially, this big bird comes in. She's giving it the big one because apparently they messed her order up. She gives it the big one. She starts throwing things. A dude jumps over there, gives her the bap, the two-piece, and she's on the floor. And then all the people in the comments saying, oh, man, these black monkeys, they shouldn't do that. What? With your big ass. Don't come here thinking everything's sweet, man. Yeah, this ain't 1842 where mass are going to protect your ass. Stay correct. People are trying to work. If I'm trying to work, yeah, I don't need your big bulbous looking ass rah-rah. Oh, you shouldn't touch a woman. Don't come looking for it, man. Yeah, them workers, they weren't looking for nothing. And they stood there getting things dashed at them for long enough. I don't give a fuck. I don't care if you're a man, a woman, an alien. Come correct. And when you do get checked, oh, all these corny low-T soy boys in the comment, oh, I'd never do that, you low-T, is why you'd never do it. And that's why you stay getting slapped up by your bird. Yeah, come correct. Now, I hold myself to the same values. If I start kicking off and I get clipped, I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm only 5'9", and oh, he was 6'4", and it's not fair. That's the way you was looking for it. The question is, was you looking for it or was you not? And the way this bird here is talking, this one here, the way she's talking, well, I'm not interested if you know the language or not. That's what she said. I'm not sure if you heard it. I'm gonna go through the transcript now. Here we go. Listen again.
I know the language.
So Khabib says, starting off, I know the language.
It's not about.
And she replies, it's not about the language. So what's happened is, apparently when you're on the window, not the window, when you're at the door seats, they come round and say, are you able to help or whatever? Are you able to whoop-de-whoop? And you say yes. So I'm not sure how we'd even get to this situation. It's not like he proper can't speak English. He's literally having a conversation with you in English. Yeah? He says, he's almost appealing to her humanity. I know the language, I can help, he says. She comes in. It's not about the language, so well, what is it about then? You big heifer. Yeah, because truth is, yeah, if this was Neanderthal times, you'd find out what was about the language and what you'd find out real quick what was about what. Messing with me. That's what would happen, legitimately. I don't give a fuck. Oh, maybe it's the law, and you shouldn't do that. I'll do what I want. And you get clipped upside your head, and you'll be all sorry looking, like, ow. I probably should just mind my business. Because the truth is, yeah, if it all kicks off on a plane, it's going to be pandemonium. If you think everyone's going to be sitting there like waiting for the perfect English speaker, it's going to be pandemonium. Yeah, and all true. Yes, is Khabib the best English speaker? Probably not. That said, in moments like that when it kicks off, speaking English the best isn't actually the most sought after. In a disaster scenario, speaking the best English, obviously it helps, but there's other factors. Remaining calm. Dealing with pressure. You can be the best English speaker you want, yeah? If it all kicks off and you start cacking your pants and pissing yourself, well, that's good for nothing. You're sitting there freezing and choking. A lot of men would do that. I'd probably do it myself. Just freeze up. It's all going to shit, yeah? The plane's coming down. You just sit there panicking, yeah? That's what probably the most pristine. Put me in a plane, yeah, with a bunch of men who can hold their thing together. I'm taking out over the English speaker who's butt tight. Yeah, choking, panicking. Every time. I just would personally. Because certain things don't need to be communicated. If that makes sense. And you can clearly hear English well enough to know, open the door, don't open the door. He knows it that well. It's not like he's like, I've got no idea. Yeah? So this was someone else. This was a Tommy Robinstein type one. Yeah, a Nigel Farage-Stein / Tommy Robinstein / any one of them ones. That's what this was. It was a profiling by Tommy Robinstein. Yeah? 100%. That's where this came from. And I'm not someone who jumps on here and always says, oh, the race card. It does exist though. And this was what that was. She obviously, for whatever reason, they're having a conversation in English. So he's literally telling you, I can help. I said to Khabib says, yeah, I said to the bitch, I'm happy to help. Yeah. There's nothing really more to be said. And we're going to get to Chael Sonnen. Oh, well, actually, what Khabib didn't realise was you have to say the magic words to unlock the code to the plane seat. What? You just say, yeah, I know what you're saying. No, to be honest with you, the attendants must know. No one listens to that rubbish. You're not expecting for it to go left. So someone here can sit there, sucking off the moody crash video they're playing you, sucking off all the instructions, and then when the reality hits, it all goes out your head anyway. It's not like these guys, it's not like all the door seats are trained, experienced. I've done this before. I served in Vietnam and we crashed the plane in Vietnam. I know what I'm doing. These are just Joe Public who've got no experience. You don't know. They can say, all you have as an attendant with some dude on the door is them saying yes. That's all you have. Yeah? You'll find out what they do or don't know after the fact. As long as they can say yes, that is the only qualifying level, in my opinion. If you can say yes and nod your head and speak a little bit of English like he was, what more do you want to know? Yeah? I don't understand. It has to be a Tommy Robinstein profiling. It has to be. By definition. It can't be nothing else.
I know how to help you.
So he's saying here, well, she says it's not about the language. He says, I know how to help people.
And now you guys, because...
And this is the interesting part. He says, and now you guys, because of this woman. And he points down. Now, some people are speculating he's talking about, the flight attendant who initially questioned him about the door seat. Other people are saying, this woman, he's pointing to someone in the crowd, in the other seats, who started kicking off. I tend to lean more towards that, to be honest. Someone in the crowd has said, oh man, there's Osama bin Laden sat behind me. That's what they've said for sure. They've said, I bet she put, listen, the woman in front of Khabib, I've heard from people close to the situation, push that little bell, the attendant comes over and she whispers in her ear, I found Osama bin Laden, he's back behind me. That's what happened, for sure. And it all kicks off, and this woman here, she's trying to be a hero, and she's like, I found Osama bin Laden. I found him. He's not hiding in Pakistan. He's actually on this plane. That's how it went down, essentially. Words to that effect, or designed to that effect. This was an I've found Osama bin Laden one on a plane. Yeah, and he's behind me doing the door seat. 100%. All jokes aside, that's what it was. It was one of them ones. Yeah? He says here, trying to understand what she was talking about. So, apparently the woman in front of Khabib kicked off. He said something Islamic. And that got her nervous. That got her panicking. And Arabic, sorry, not Islamic. He said something Arabic. And that got her panicking. At which point she reports it and says, this guy is Osama bin Laden's nephew. He shouldn't be on the door seat. Get him off. And obviously these rednecks have come over and they're thinking, yeah, you know what? I could probably do with going home to my kids and my husband tonight. So let's get Osama bin Laden's nephew off this flight. That's how it went down, man. In their minds, they thought, oh, Bin Laden's nephew's on this plane and he's on the door seat. We get him off. Seriously, that's what would have happened. Do you know what I mean? To think into that effect. Habib's just sitting there in coach. And some people have said, oh, what's Khabib doing in coach? Oh, he shouldn't even be in coach. He should be in first class. Not really the point, though. It's times like this where you get to witness. When things happen to celebrities, you get to witness what it's like for all the unwashed masses. Yeah? Because if they'll do it to you, man, they'll do it to any of us, and all of us die in silence. You get bumped. If this was average Joe, yeah, you'd get bumped for your plane ticket. The feds would be there as well to drag you off and post you up. You ain't getting no refund. You probably get banned from flying for 2 years as well. Yeah, under the Terrorism Act 1922. That's what they get you for. Oh, man, you was inciting. Yeah, you was. You was inciting something. You was inciting violence on a plane because you said you could help people, so we got to get you got.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're either going to have you switch your seat because my flight attendants are not allowed.
So she says, so what we're going to do now, we're either going to get you to switch seats or we're going to get you off the plane because my flight attendants are not allowing you to sit in the exit row. Again, people have said, oh, why don't you just get up? And me, to be honest, I'm broke as shit. Yeah, I ain't got time to be booking a new flight. So I would get up, cucked, and go and sit in the seat that Massa told me to. That's what I'd do. Yeah, I got bills to pay. I got work in the morning. I got time to be walking off a plane and trying to book another flight. I'll be getting straight in that seat. Yes, Massa, no Massa. 3 bags full, Massa. But Khabib, he has the luxury, and it's good. It's good. He exercised this right. Yeah, when you're not when you haven't got to work to be at as such, Khabib can be anywhere. Khabib could be anywhere 7 hours late. It's not going to affect his life, if that makes sense. Really, people will wait for Khabib's presence, right? No one's waiting for my presence. I got to be there, man. I got to sit in that other seat and take it. Take it. But Khabib is like, well, I'm on principle. F this. I'm getting off the plane, and rightfully so. Yeah, you're the paying customer here. With all due respect. Now, I'm not saying you should be able to act buck wild, but sitting there telling the bitch, I'm happy to help. What more do you want, Chael Sonnen? Well, actually, no, he didn't say the secret words. He just sat there and said, I'm happy to help. I understand that English. We're speaking in English. That's all that should have been said. The minute the supervisor was called and Khabib sits there and says, I told you're corny. Tommy Robinstein. The woman on there, the working woman, or the flight attendant, I told her, yeah, stop watching Tommy Robinstein. I'm happy to help opening these plane doors. That's what I told the bitch. And the supervisor should have come over and heard them bars and said, okay, I get it, and move on. But obviously she's a redneck as well, so it was a big redneck fest off, yeah? A big redneck freak off, essentially. All the rednecks. Colby Covington was there, like, yeah, he was jumping on the bandwagon in the background, etc., etc. So he shouldn't have gone and sat in that other seat. Yeah, only the unwashed, cucked masses have to take orders from a jobber. Yeah, they're the only people who have to. People like the YB, we have to take orders from jobbers because we got no other choice. But if you don't have to take orders from jobbers, you don't take them. So he got off the plane.
Allow you to sit in the exit row, or you're going to have to get off this plane in the water.
So she says you'll have to get off the plane if you don't want to move. And he says because of what?
Because they're not comfortable with you.
And she says because they're not comfortable with you sitting in an emergency exit row. I mean, it's not like... This is how you know it's racial. This is how you know it's a Tommy Robinstein. Because... it's not like you have to do a test. Fair enough. If they give everyone a test, yeah, and he failed it, you say, well, I get why they're not comfortable. He's spoken English with you. He's said he's happy to help. And I don't know Khabib from Adam, but there's no way when the first flight attendant came over, he didn't say yes. Yeah? If it was McGregor, I'd get it. McGregor would be like, oh, fuck off. Oh. Yeah, McGregor will have his nose in a line of coke, be like, a glass full of whiskey, and he's not going to be listening. So I'd get it if they tried to chuck McGregor off, but Khabib's humble, and you have to believe he's told the first woman no. That's what you have to believe. Listen, if Khabib wanted to tell the first woman no, he'd have told the second woman no, right? It doesn't make sense that he's sitting there saying, and even if he told the first woman no, which I don't believe, but if he did, when the supervisor came and he said, yeah, I'm happy to help, that's all that matters. That's all you've got anyway. There's no qualifications, other qualifications, apart from saying yes to sitting in that seat. What's the problem? It's not like he's belligerent. He's literally, basically begging to sit in the seat he's paid for. It's annoying to watch. Khabib says, who's uncomfortable? And she says, my flight attendants. That again implies there was a woman sitting in front of him. This supervisor's covering for the woman in the seats. Yeah? My flight attendants is a faceless entity. Oh, it's my flight attendants. She's not going to bait up the woman in front of her. In case Bin Laden's nephew comes back. But take it, right? So she's like, oh no, it was one of my nondescript flight attendants. Actually, it was the Karen in front complaining about a Bin Laden sighting. Yeah?
And unfortunately,
Khabib says it's not fair.
it is fair.
She says it is fair. He says it's not fair again.
Yes, it is.
You guys, when I was making check-in, they asked me, do I know English?
So he says there, when I was at the check-in, they asked me, do I know everything?
Yes, I said.
I told him yes.
I said yes.
See, look, she's even saying, and you said yes.
I understand that, but it's also off of their judgment. I'm not.
So she's saying it's also off of their judgment. So this supervisor's saying, well, you might have said yes, but it's off of their judgment. What, people, if you want to start doing English tests to sit in the door seat, that should be defined when you book the seat. Yeah, as you book the seat, they should put you through an English test. That's how they should do it. Don't let people get there and then you're saying, oh, actually, we don't like you sitting in that seat. No one ain't got time for that. Get your ducks in a row. Yeah? That's what they should do at the point of booking. Don't take people's money, waste people's time, and then backtrack. Well, actually, you shouldn't be in this seat. Well, you could have asked that at the point of signing up. Not to mention, he speaks good English anyway, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Do this back and forth. I will call a supervisor. You can either take a different seat. Back and forth. I will call a supervisor. You can either take a different seat, or we can go ahead and escort you off the plane. Which one are we doing? Okay, I'll call a supervisor, and then we're gonna have to rebook you for a different flight.
So it's that kind of attitude, you see. Oh, well, we've got two options here. I'm not interested in talking. You can either do it my way or do it my way. Listen. Yeah, I'd tell this big bitch, listen. It's lucky for you the year is 2024 and not 4000 BC, because you wouldn't have this same energy. You got the way you're talking to me like that, standing up there like you can do something. You wouldn't have the breath left in you, to be fair, to do nothing. In fact, you wouldn't be having no breath nowhere. You'd be expired by the time you finish with your ass, talking to me like that. Like you're some gangster. Yeah. Oh, we're not going to do the back and forth. We're going to do people. If this was 4000 BC, me and that woman would be doing whatever I felt like doing. Right? That's what would happen realistically here. Call a spade. So let's not play games here about, oh, we're not going to sit here doing the yes and the no. We'll do whatever I want to do. Yeah, that's what we'll do. It's only these 2025 estrogenic times which have enabled you to sit there running your mouth like you're a gangster. You see that one? It's not just women. There's men as well who they think they're super safe and powerful. No humility to them. They think, oh, you see it. I used to work in London. There's a bunch of them like manlets, yeah, 5'8" dudes with a suit on, making some decent money, and they think they're proper hard. And I used to think to myself, this backhand here, I'll just slap it on your head. Yeah, I'll give you junior position in a minute. Yeah, that's what will happen. They don't get it though, because they're all pumped up, and the government's backing them all. Oh, call the police. Oh, that's all they got, the police. Yeah, as a man, only the police can protect your ass. Yeah, your personality, your humility, all them kind of ones there, they don't protect you. It's the police. You need other man, because in the wild, yeah, these men will be wiped out. They'll be wiped out quick as well. because they're all pumped up off the system that keeps them alive, essentially, right? That's what keeps them alive, nothing else. These big security teams they have, and the infrastructure in place.
Josh, do you copy?
Correct.
Okay, those are them bars for you, man. Let's now get to Chael Sonnen. Listen to this corny dude. The problem with Chael is he always thinks he knows something other people don't. That's his problem. He always thinks, oh, I know things that you don't, and I know I've been on a plane before. Really, Chael? None of us have been on a plane before. Oh, I know this. The way he talks like it's a special UFO plane that no one's ever been on before. Well, I've been on a plane, and you have to. Anyway, I've talked too much. Here we go.
And then it's seats A, B, and C. It's a tough one. And I'll tell you what, have you ever had that seat? Have you ever been in they call it the emergency row. Have you ever been in that? If you are, the flight attendant will come up. Let's say it's row 7, and then it's seats A, B, and C. They will come up, they will give instruction. They will say to the person in seat 7A, do you understand the instructions as I have said them to you? That person must verbally and physically acknowledge with a yes. Okay, great. They will then say the exact same thing to the passenger who's sitting there nodding along that's in seat B, 7B. So you got 2 yeses, you got 2 head nods, and they will then turn to the person in 7C. So now we're all doing this sing along together. But it's the rule. And it's the rule to the point that the flight attendant will make sure. Well, it won't matter if they saw you nodding and saying yes in your seat C as you did with B and A. They will wait until they have locked eyes with you, and you must say one of 2 words, okay? And I shouldn't say that. You have one word, which is yes. Any other word that you use, you bet, you got it, happy to help, at your service, whatever it might be, you're out. You got to say yes. And I'm just telling you the rule. And I'm telling you the rule. I've been in enough flights, and I've been in the emergency row enough times to hear this entire speech all the way down to them.
Chael. Oh, the way this guy's breaking it down like it's a big mathematical. Oh, A does B does C, and if you do the A before the C, no, it's the B before the A. What's wrong with this guy, man? Yeah, the flight attendants aren't robots. I don't believe it. I don't believe you have to say YES for yes. If you say, yeah, I got it, bro. No worries, boss. Yeah? Or whatever. Yeah, I got you. 100%. 100%. Thumbs up. Got it. No problem. No doubt about it. There's no way they're going to say. I'm not even sure if I've been in a door seat before, but I've seen people in door seats. It's not a big like, oh, didn't say yes. I've seen dudes sleeping in plane seats before, for real, for door seats. How secure is that? Some dude's bugging out off the Valium. Knocked out of there, like geeked out off the whiskey. People, make this make sense. How is it they can serve whiskey to a door seat, but you got to do, right, make that make sense? I'd rather have someone who can't speak English well, that's not off the hooch, off the moonshine. That's what I'd rather have. You can drink all the alcohol you want in a door seat. What good's that? All stumbling around the place. Ridiculous. Chael Sonnen. Chael is like a more kind of central level of Colby Cuckington. He just wants always to believe that the systems in place are pure and, oh, it's the system. And you just don't understand, because I know I understand, and you guys, the unwashed, don't get it. I just know so much, and I'm so intelligent. I know that it's a special code, and he didn't know the code, so he had to be took out. He sits there and says, yes, I'm happy to help. What, are you retarded? You've got to be proper retard to think that this has anything else to do with the fact that the woman believed that was Bin Laden's nephew. Yeah? She believed, rightly or wrongly, Khabib Nurmagomedov was Bin Laden's nephew reincarnate. And that is why what happened. Nothing to do with secret mathematical rules to unlock the door seat, Chael. That's the bottom line.
I'm saying I must have a yes when I ask you, do you understand the instructions? that I've said to you. So, because see, so many people have blamed the airline and they defended Khabib because Khabib was being polite. In fact, Michael Chandler was pissed. And Michael Chandler had a great line that would hold up in any court in the country, where he was basically talking about the physical capabilities of Khabib and how incredibly helpful those physical capabilities would be in an emergency, such as a water landing, in conjunction with not being fluent in English. And of course, we agree with Chandler. Of course, that sounds right. But have you ever been in that spot? Because airlines are very consistent. And there's 2 emergency rows. So now you have a total, 3 on each side. You have a total of 6 responses of yes or them being moved. And if there's not somebody that's willing to trade with you, that will mean you will be taken off of the airplane. Okay, great. Now that we've laid that out, why was Khabib in coach? Because this emergency lane that I'm speaking to you about and all the experience that I have in flying, and you got to trust old Chael.
No, we haven't got to trust you at all, mate, to be fair. Oh, you got to trust me. I've flown loads of flights, and I know that it's a secret code, and I know that they got to have 6 yeses, and he just said yes. Even if he didn't say, I don't even believe you need a yes. I believe a head nod, or cool, or whatever will do. That's what I honestly believe. Even if he didn't say yes the first time. When that supervisor came, he said, yes, no problem, happy to help. Unless you're proper retarded, Chael, which you might be, there's no other explanation. Yeah? He said yes. I'm happy to help. What do we... Oh no, you can't say any more. It had to be just yes and no... The mouse people, the kind of the weird thing people do. It's really odd.
Why was Khabib in coach? There is nobody within the travel department that should be in Khabib Nurmagomedov for just any flight. And you want to know why I bring that up? I don't bring that up to make you laugh. I bring that up because I'll guarantee they didn't. And this is interesting. Nobody's ever poked a hole in it. This is how they actually operate. But that would make sense. You go to get on an airline. You got 4, 5, 6 guys all on the same flight. You have 4, 5, 6, you hand them out. This time this guy's first class, or these 2 are first class. Expect, and you should not start expecting until you win the championship. Then there is a way you'll be treated. So it's just a different opinion. But I also got to defend the airline. I really do. I mean, it's very clear, and I've been put in this spot. I sat down one time, guys. I sat down in my seat, and it just goes right back. And they told me, they said, hey, you put your seat up for takeoff. And it's like, it's not a matter of the button. The seat's broken. It only goes back. Which I thought was the perfect defense until they informed me that per FFA rules, it must be up, whether there's a broken mechanism or not. And if it's not up, they will be removing me from the airplane if that's what it takes for them to get somebody in there and fix the seat. So they delayed the plane. They brought a guy in with this crescent winch. I then sit back down, and I have to prove to them that it won't rock. And so I'm putting on a big show, pushing back as hard as I can. They know I'm not pushing back. Ultimately, I had to get up. Captain pushes back to see it's still broken. 2 gets down with the crescent wrench a second time.
He's just chilling now. He's just chilling for the corporates. That's what he's doing. Oh, the special corporate rules. Khabib just didn't get it. I get it, though, because I am Chael, know-it-all Sonnen. And the special rules, and you have to back the corporation because whoop-de-whoop. Yeah, I got on a plane once and my chair was broken, so they had to fix it before I got back on it. That's not the same thing, Chael, at all. They fixed your chair and put you back in it. They didn't mug you off and make you move over bullshit, basically. And there's some comments here. I live in Miami and I fly very often. Flight attendants do repeat themselves multiple times. Many people with broken English, some never even say yes, just shake their heads. I've been on a plane, man. I've been near a door before, never seen someone butt hurt. Ever. I've seen French dudes who can't speak a lick of English. Maybe that's some French cats on there. But in itself, on a plane, you've got loads of different languages on there most of the time. So it's like what you can do. Select for the language of the highest proportion. Well, we've got 70% English, so we need to stratify. We need to put, if there's 6 seats, we need to do 1 English, 1 French, 4 German. I don't know. If it kick people, truth is, last thing I'll say is, if it kicks off, you're all fucked anyway, most likely. That's the truth. So if it all goes tits up, it don't really matter. It's a toss-up. You could have a drunk, like I said. You could have an alcoholic. You could have a Jordan Peterstein. A Jordan Peterson-stein off the benzos. You could have the moody liquor, the moody yippo hooch. The benzos. Some chick who hadn't had I remember I went away and some chick got off a flight to Australia. I think I was asking her for a lighter. And she was like, oh, proper mudding out. Oh, I've just been on a 24-hour flight from Australia. I need this fag, fiending for the nicotine. So I've seen it all. It's ridiculous, ultimately. And his comments here. He clearly said he understands and he can help. She had an aggressive tone. She did. Anyway, let me know your thoughts, people. Smash the like button, subscribe, the bell, 100%. No doubt about this one, people. Stop it.